with Xangô, aka X, and me. She gonna bless us with that game, right? I say your name right? No. No. How you say it?
Alright, y'all. Hey, how you doing? I'm approaching my 30s now. The doctor said nothing wrong, I'm just 30.
Y'all really? Approaching the 30s.
You got my cell phone, I ain't even worried about if it cracks. I'm like, my back, I gotta bend over.
Hey, let me introduce you though.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool, so I want to give a quick little intro to grab my drink first. To X. So we met, what, October last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we met at the Kapor Center, and we was on a panel about blockchain, and she was just blowing everybody away. She talked about how, you know, blockchain can be actually used to show and improve, I don't know if I want to say improve police brutality, but limit it by actually tracking, you know, every time each officer discharges their weapon and actually looking at the race of the person that they're discharging their weapon on. Cool. But yeah, she worked at Microsoft. She was the Microsoft's first blockchain ambassador. She's from Berkeley. Richmond. I don't know why I said Berkeley.
No, because I went to UC Berkeley.
Oh, that's why. Yeah. So right now she works at Google. She's a program manager at Google, helping Google figure out how to make Google AI more fair. I don't know if you've all been paying attention, but companies like Amazon, they actually had an algorithm to actually screen resumes, and what they found, it was actually biased against women, right? So X is working towards helping something like that doesn't happen with Google AI. So, right? Cool. Anything you need to add? Oh, she's an artist too.
We'll talk about that after my birthday.
After your birthday? Okay.
When is your birthday?
September 8th.
Yeah, so let's so tell us what it was like growing up in Richmond. Let's kind of go into that, and then we can just go from there.
All right. Well, first of all, I just want to really give a big shout out to Corey for curating this. Like, can we all give Corey and Tunde a round of applause? It's very rare that you come into spaces and there's so many people from so many backgrounds who are just chill and want to connect. So I appreciate you guys putting together a Tech Trap House, and I'm hella excited to see the artist that is here. I'm gonna turn up. That juice is lit. To answer your question, growing up in Richmond for me was very, very insane. So I'm actually one of 8 children. I was raised by a single mom who was on drugs for a lot of years. And so we didn't have like government assistance or anything. And so growing up in Richmond, it was very easy to slip into things that were not beneficial, right? Like if you don't have a stable community in your house, you seek community outside of that. And when you in like a neighborhood like Richmond, that was like extremely diverse. Like there's so many different like types of Latinos there from like hella different countries in South America and Central America. And then you have hella different types of like African people there, and just hella like different types of Asian people there, and it's such like a melting pot. But because of the way that the economy kind of went to shit after they like closed down all the military bases in the 90s, there's just no industry there, there's no jobs. So you have to have the ability to leave the city to go get jobs. And if you don't have that economic mobility to start, you get stuck in trying to find work in what's around you. And unfortunately, that gave way to like gangs, gave way to a lot of violence. There were years where Richmond was named like one of the most dangerous cities in the U.S. And the reason why I want to give a shout out to Mark right now is because he's also from Richmond, from the same neighborhood. And like, he made it out too, and is now like freaking just graduated a cybersecurity program. He's studying for his like freaking AWS cert, and it's like a miracle for folks like us. Like, we just welcomed someone home from prison. You know what I mean? And so it's like, it's a miracle to come from where we come from and be able to be in these spaces and like learn this technology. So for me, growing up in Richmond was interesting because it was extremely difficult environmentally, but extremely rich culturally. And so even though the circumstances were difficult, I feel like it gave me such like a global perspective that like shapes and informs a lot of what I did in my career and what I do now and the work I do day to day.
Yeah.